Today on Yorkshireman Models, it's the Airfix 172 Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1A. Now this kit I believe was new tooled into about 2010, but the reason I want to do this more than any is, and I know it's the underside, but the underside colouring for the silver there, and then the black and the white on the wings. It's really different. You don't get a lot of kits that are like that, so, or aircraft marking should I say. So we'll get her out, we'll start and get her built, and we'll see what she looks like when I've done her. I will say, before I do actually start it, you do get a flying hour with this kit, and there's only the one camouflauge scheme, and it is a skill level 1. So, let's see what we get. Bag of spros, instruction set, some decals. I don't think there's a lot, there's only 7 parts, so hopefully it'll be a nice quick build. Let's get cracking on with her and get this bag opened. I'm mostly going to be using the Tamiya extra thin cement, and I've also got the other Tamiya version, which is the Tamiya cement. It says it's in a white bottle. Well, I said white bottle, it's clear, but it's the labelling and that's white instead of green like that one. It's the usual makeup for airfix Spitfire. You're just gluing all your cockpit parts together, the seat here and like that. To be honest, they are very small parts, these, with it being 172 scale, but it does look well when it's together. It's got a lot of detail on it to say. And this Tamiya extra thin goes off really quickly. They can be a little bit fiddly, as you can see there. You're just trying to get them into place so you can get a little dab of glue on them so that they then will stick together. There. That's most of the where the seat is and everything like that. I've still got the column to put in yet. You make up the prop now, which is easy enough done. I'm not going to glue it in place or anything like that because I like to put it in at the end. Otherwise I usually end up breaking them, well, the blades off, to be honest. It all fits together quite nicely at the minute. It's been lovely. I'm using a bit of Tamiya's cockpit green, just to give a bit of colour to it inside it, make it look a bit nicer. And the airbrush I'm using is my, hold on a second, I'm just going to, it is the PS270 Krios. Probably my favourite airbrush, to be honest. Just doing a little bit of detail painting, you'd say, for inside. Just a bit of black and a bit of silvers and stuff. No special. It's just to make it so if you can see it through cockpit, it look a bit better. You can't really see much, in all honesty. The black is valleyo. It's the valleyo colour range. I find them the best for brush painting. The decal for the instrument panel now, I'm putting on in that pen there that you can see, brush pen. I've gotten my decal solution, which is the Microsol, I believe that one is. Yeah, Microset, sorry. Microset in that, and I have Microsol as well. I'll just press against with a cotton bud here, just to press it against it to make sure it sticks. Gets any excess moisture out from underneath. Again, some valleyo paints. I am definitely sure this wouldn't be the proper colour, but with a bit of black wash or something like that on it, it'll help darken it all up. But I'm just going to paint him up and put him in. It'll look alright. Good to put my figure in now. Again, you can see there, that's the white one, the Tamiya. And you can see it's a darker uniform now because he's got a bit of wash on him. Put him in, and oh right, yeah, it's not going in. Why is it not going in? Because he's got feet that are too long. They won't go in. So a bit of surgery, and we'll take his feet off after all that painting and looking after him. But hey, hopefully he'll go in now. And he does, yeah. But I don't know why they do that airfix. I've had it on loads of figures. You've got to put them into the actual cockpit seats and stuff like that, and they just stick up in air because they're too long. It's just what they do, and I suppose we've got to accept it. If we want to build their models, that is. As you can see, it's not bad detail at all for what it is, especially what the kits cost, because they're very cheap. I'll be using the green version, the extra thin now, to go around edges, not the white. Move that out of the way before I end up making a mistake with it. I keep my green one in that tray system there that I've 3D printed myself, like, but because I've knocked over a few bottles of that now and I've had enough of it. And when it falls over there, it runs out. It's just like water. You just press these together once you push them like that, and then just run your cement down, and it'll do a fantastic joint. The underside fits absolutely brilliant. Really does. You can see there. Again, just the Tamiya extra thin. And just run it across the seams. The good thing about that glue is that once it evaporates, you can't really tell that it's ever been there. So if you overdo it, put too much, don't try and touch it or rub it off. Just leave it. Just let it dry, and it'll near enough disappear, and you'll never know it was there. Same on the other side. And the top of the wings on now. Yeah, you just got to make sure you get nice glue seam down there, and it'll be fine. Really will. If you get a nice bit down these seams, and especially on that front where the actual upper and lower wing meet, you just got to brush it down it and then just keep it pinched up for a few seconds and it'll be fine. The rear tail sections, the actual piece you can see there snicks into place absolutely lovely. So just run a little bit of glue down it after and it's fantastic. Just press it into place just to make sure it's tight. And the very rear bit there, they're always a little bit fiddly, I find these, if you're not careful. So I tend to try and do a little bit of glue if I can at the bottom like that. Let that just take a bite, and then you can line it up a bit better and run your glue down it after if you want. That one doesn't seem too bad at the minute. And the last of the pieces now, the underside, there's a few little bits just to put on, and that's just about the model built, to be honest. Not a lot more left to do to it. They'll be ready for painting. Just that one there. Again, this glue is absolutely beautiful. I know I keep praising it, but it is my fave. Right, black primer. It's the Mr. Surfacer 1500, my fave. Everybody knows if you've watched my videos before. I'm just going to coat it on everything. I've already done top side on that and let that dry. Now I'm going to do bottom bit. Dries really quick and all this, so that's another plus for it. You can see I'm going straight over the undersides there, because I don't think they'd have been green, personally. I might be wrong, I probably am, to be honest. But I don't think they would have been green when you're going to have one's black and one's white. So I'm doing them in the colour that I think that they would have been. Now the top section and the rear section's silver, so I'm pouring some of that on now. This is Valleyo's, I think it's dual aluminium, something like that it is. We're having a bit of trouble with my airbrush there. You didn't quite see it, but it was clogging up a bit, drying too fast. I had to clean it all off and then it was alright. This is just Tamiya's flat black. get rid of that silver that's overspray. Now I'm putting the white on one wing because the black's already done now on the other with the Tamiya one. And this is Mr. Colour, and it's just there flat white. I think it's better than Tamiya's flat white. The reason is Tamiya's, I think it's bitty. It doesn't seem to lay as well as what Mr. Colour ones does. But Mr. Colour stinks. I will say that compared to Tamiya. So you've always got a plus and negatives for all paints. Depends where you're doing your painting as well and what kind of protection you've got. This is the brown, this is the flat earth I think I'm using for this. All the colours I'm just using what I've got available. I've not purchased no special paints for it. Just using them as I've got, and hopefully they'll be alright. That's the best I can do. And the green is Tamiya. I think it's just the normal green that I believe. I can't quite remember now which one I pulled out and used. I've got about 5-6 different Tamiya greens. And the masking thing, that's blue tack. If you just look back on some of my videos, you'll find out how to do blue tack, to put it on and to use it to make a nice masking for your kits. Just pulls off like that when you've done. And then any little bits you can see there, you just use the lump you've took off there just to take them off, any little tiny bits. Back to decaling again now. I have put, because you'll see there, it's really glossy. I have put a gloss varnish on it. It was Tamiya's because I'm using it up. I've started to go off a little bit with Tamiya's gloss varnish. I've had a couple of kits that I've done and it's not really gone as good as what it used to do in the past. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's a bottle that's getting a bit too old or something, but it's kind of putting me off a little bit. Started to go over onto other brands and try them. Mr. Colours up to now is about the best I've found that I prefer. But again, it's Microsol Microset for the decal solution, and as you can see in my pens there, I've painted one end of one blue and the other one's red that you can't see at the minute, but I do use it, and that's got the relative one in it so I know which one I'm pouring on. The decals, by the way, are Cartograph decals and they're fantastic. I think everybody now who builds model kits on a regular basis knows that Cartographs are really good decals. Certainly better than what we used to get 20-30 years ago, that's for sure. Oh, that is a really tricky one to get on because it hasn't got any carrier film between in the middle, so you've got to try and get it on, as you can see, and then line it up. It's doable, it's not a problem, but don't think it's just going to flop straight into place and be happy. Otherwise you'll get a weird looking U, that's for certainty. Just line it up. And you can see the colours now under there absolutely look fantastic, don't it, with the white and the black. It's absolutely cracking. It's really strange. To be honest, it's not something that you see, like I said before, very often, but by goodness, doesn't it look nice on the kit? This is a black pin wash. Now, I've made this out my own. This is Winsor Newton oil colours there. You can see it on that bit of card. You can see the oil that's in the oil, the linseed oil soaking after it, so you're getting more just of the pure pigment or the paint rather than the linseed oil, because you don't really want that. And just brush it off, well, rub it off with a kitchen towel when it's dried. I just leave it 20 minutes, half hour, and it's usually dried enough. And it'll highlight all of the panel lines on it. I'm not doing no special weathering, I'm not doing nothing with this. I want it to look clean, crisp, and the details to show out well. And the same again on the other side. I thinned it a bit more this time because I don't want it to be too thick on the white, because the white's going to stand out anyway quite quick, the black on it. And for thinning, all I'm using is just some plain old white spirits. But I have got the low order version. You can get it. I've got a great massive bottle. I think it's about 2.5 litre of it that you can get from any paint suppliers, that kind of thing. If you're in UK, Screwfix, all of that, just get the low order. It don't stink as much. See there, rubbing it off. It's bringing out them details of them panels. Absolutely beautiful there. Looks cracking. Really does. And the white one, again, Windsor Newton thing. And you can see here the white, but on that black, but just jumps straight out at you. Straight in your face. I was thinking to myself as I was doing it, I went, oh, it might be a bit much. That might have been better using a bit of a sandy colour, you know, like a bit yellowish sandy colour. And I thought, yeah, well, I'll persevere, and if I have to go over it, I will do. But in all honesty, when you see it, when I finish it in a sec and rub it off, it looks brilliant. It really does. Looks like a lot of it's sticking, but just give me a chance and it all come off. You'll see in a second anyway, it all comes off, and it does look really good. I usually go over with a cotton bud after as well, just to get any areas what you can't right get into with your tissue. There, you can see there, look. Stands out lovely. The wheels, stuff like that going in there. There is a flat bit on the wheel at the bottom, so you've just got to make sure you're getting that right in the right place, which is what I was doing there and testing it. And we've got the exhaust now going in. Painted them separately, just in silver, and then did a bit of black over it. Not much, bit of brush. Now for the propeller. Yeah, that is near enough. Kit made. Looks well, doesn't it? Right, again, it's the flat varnish, my favourite, Windsor Newton, and well, I said flat. It's called matte varnish, Galeria acrylic mediums. It's called, from Windsor Newton. It's my favourite. It looks absolutely cracking when it's dry. The canopy I did this time, and I did it with some liquid masking like from Valleyo it is. Can't say I'm really fond of doing all of it in it like that, because it takes some pain getting it off with a toothpick, but it did. I built a few of these Spitfires now, because you get, I believe, these Mark 1As with starter sets as well. But it's the first time I've done it where we've had this decal scheme obviously and this coloration like that. And the kit, it's a beautiful kit. It comes, they always do. The Airfix's modern toolings are absolutely beautiful. They really are. You can see there the panel line details, everything. The rivets, the lot. It's absolutely cock on. Underside, you can see they're beautiful. They really do make into fantastic kits. One thing I will say, and I made a mistake with, these white decals, I didn't realise when I was cutting my decals out off the sheet to put on, and I've cut through, you can see that one's quite big, there, just in front. That one there's half the size because I've cut through it and binned it, and you can't really see them very well when they're against the background, so just be careful when if you get one and you do it, and you don't make mistakes. I do as easy, but yeah, beautiful kit, and they're not that expensive to be honest. Cockpits come out quite nice, even though it were a pain to get the actual stuff off, but I've enjoyed building that. It's been a lovely build and definitely fun to do with, you know, the different colour scheme. Hope you've enjoyed watching my video anyway. It's been a bit quick, but that's me. I like to put odd quick one up while I'm doing other builds. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, I'd be grateful. And if you subscribe, you'll get to see all of my videos as I put them up, especially if you tick the box to say that you want to be notified. And thanks for coming and watching it, and then hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you around next time with a bit of luck.